Ah,
Whoops.
oops, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Let me. All right. We had a false start, but welcome to tonight's Unity of Livonia, A Course in Miracles study group. And what is it? We hit the record button, and then there was an important question that came up, and we couldn't help but spend a few minutes with it. So, false start or not, I'm glad we're all here and assembled and continuing with our ongoing study of A Course in Miracles. We have done the entire A Course in Miracles almost. And so we're in that last cover to cover section of the third edition, the supplements by Jesus through Helen Schuckman. Uh, the first one was called Psychotherapy, and we're almost done with that. We got one more section. But maybe to get things, anything you want to talk about though before we go on? Okay. Maybe before we assign readers, since we're psychotherapy had like these three sections, the introduction and then the major sections. Uh, did you get anything from looking at that? And what is its relevance to A Course in Miracles to you? This long treatise about psychotherapy, its purpose, its purpose. What was it? Jeez. Oh, its purpose and process and practice. Anybody want to sum up what we've done so far? Okay, unfair question, busy people. Let me jog your memory this way. Psychotherapy is another costume for God's plan of salvation. Don't you see it?
Is another cost
It's
psycho
another cloaking
cloaking
of
of.
God's plan of salvation.
Oh,
To
okay.
the uninitiated, it looks like people are going for help with their emotional and psychological problems.
Well, I think in traditional psychotherapy, that's still true.
And yet, what I heard from this so far is that traditional psychotherapy is not really psychotherapy.
Right.
Psychotherapy, it said, is the only kind of therapy it is. And I get the feeling it would imply it's going on everywhere all the time.
Well, according to the Kabbalion studies, right, and many other studies, Course in Miracles, metapsychiatry, all of them, it's a mental universe. So then the only healing is going to be of mental,
Yes.
not of the
And
body.
so the practice and process of psychotherapy is just another part of God's plan of salvation. For example, when you reach out to a brother with compassion and love and try and be of help to a brother, you're doing psychotherapy. Psychotherapy heals the mind, reduces stress, anxiety, and fear, and promotes love. Whenever that's going on, you could call it psychotherapy, couldn't you?
Wouldn't be my definition. I think it's we're not doing psychotherapy. We're being loving and compassionate. We're
And
being.
this
And
treatise is saying that's the same thing.
yeah,
Being loving, kind, and compassionate is and helpful is the practice of psychotherapy. It's
okay.
the only therapy there is. So when you see it in the quote unquote traditional psychotherapy, that's okay on one level, I guess, but that's not what's really going on here. It's just a slice of what's going on in all relationships. How am I doing?
Good.
We didn't even start reading yet. I'm just sharing how it's hitting me. What do y'all think? Somebody,
I think I could never go back to traditional psychotherapy again.
okay. Yeah, and yet it depends on the awakened practitioner because the awakened psychotherapist is the same as a teacher of God, are they not?
Depends on how they use it.
Well, my point is a teacher of God will use psychotherapy as a subset. If you're psychotherapist, Kathleen, you got a good example, right?
Yeah, it's basically what it is. It's a give and take where both the psychotherapist and both the client learn from one another.
Yeah.
And it's
So
in no it's there, and it goes to that so above and so below. There's nothing, it's equal. You're equal. And if the therapist isn't going to heal you, but he is going to guide you.
I'm sorry, Kathleen, you broke up. Can you
Breaking
hear
up.
me?
I was going to say the therapist isn't the one who's doing the healing. He's giving you the guidance so that you can work together and you can
Okay.
work it out and you can heal
So,
yourself.
so my
And
point is,
through the voice of the Holy Spirit.
okay. So throughout the world, there are probably millions of psychotherapy who carry the characteristics that Kathleen's describing. So,
I think they're rare and few between, and I may be wrong, but
well,
I think that type
who are
of
the teachers of God?
anyone that
Okay.
chooses to
Anyone that chooses to be, you see.
anyone that chooses to follow in the Holy Spirit's guidance, truthfully.
All right. Why
I
don't
mean,
we kind of go ahead, dear?
because typically God is not brought into therapy. Holy Spirit is not brought into traditional therapy.
Yeah.
It's
But it
ego to
can be a
ego.
million times. But when you got when your scale is billions, a million would look like a drop in the bucket. So I can agree with you. There may be rare, but they do exist. They're teachers of God in all walks of life, and a lot of them didn't start out to be teachers of God, but as they practiced their profession, something happened to them and they adjusted. But I don't want to spend a lot more time on this subject. We've got a lot to cover because we've got one more section and we can say we've completed psychotherapy. So if there are no other comments, let's get our readers and we can finish this thing up. And I'm looking forward to starting the Song of Prayer. And if you were with me before when we went through this, it is another quite amazing discussion. Uh, I have Cheryl as reader one, and Ron is two, and Dee is three, and Kathleen is four. Joan's not reading, and Hilda's not reading. Did I get that right?
Right.
Okay, see? And Jim is five. So we are on page 22, and it's the last section called the question of payment. So let's see, Sherilyn White, please get
Mhm.
us started.
All righty. No one can pay for therapy, for healing is of God, and he asks for nothing. It is, however, part of his plan that everything in this world be used by the Holy Spirit to help in carrying out the plan. Even an advanced therapist has some earthly needs while he is here. Should he need money, it will be given him, not in payment, but to help him better serve the plan. Money is not evil. It is but to help. It
Oh,
is
no, you,
nothing,
okay.
but no one here can live with no illusions, for he must yet strive to have the last illusion be accepted by everyone, everywhere. He has a mighty part in this one purpose for which he came. He stays here but for this, and while he stays, he will be given what he needs to stay.
Okay, comments on this first paragraph.
I
Make
so don't
sense?
get it. I don't get it.
Okay.
I really don't. No one could pay for therapy, for healing is of God, and he asks for nothing. However, we pay for our therapist services.
Is
We
there
pay for
something wrong with
everything.
that?
So, well, I just don't get it.
Okay.
It's
Can
saying no.
anyone
So,
help Dee with her question? Help her to understand this?
I think the last sentence, and while he stays, he will be given what he needs to stay. And to be part of the illusion and live here on earth, you need an income in order to stay here, in order to live, in order to be able to practice.
so
And
isn't that
and in
payment?
order to do what? In
Do what
order to participate in God's plan in level
exactly,
two, you
exactly,
need some money.
exactly,
So
Okay,
isn't that payment?
it's not about compensation for the service. It's about meeting your needs while you're here participating in level two on behalf of the Holy Spirit.
exactly.
You'll have what you need, but it wasn't really payment for it. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Yeah, exactly. What the view here is, it's not payment for payment, it's payment to sustain yourself to be able to do what you've come here to do.
I,
It's how you look, it's how you look at it, it's how you purpose the payment.
I'm with you. What about the rest of you? What's making sense to you about this paragraph? Are we on the right track? You see,
Yeah, I think so.
God uses the means you made, even
To
though
get
they're
us through.
not real.
However,
I
I'm
think
sorry. I still don't. I'm still not clear, and
Okay,
I'm just
I,
so.
let's
If
read some
if
I
more.
think if
We're
you read
good.
further, it'll make more sense. Because
okay,
if you look at the next sentence on the second paragraph, only an unhealed healer would try to heal for money, and he will not succeed. So it's the purpose for which you're doing it.
it is the purpose we're doing it for. I can understand that. However, with all the schooling that a psychotherapist goes through, if the pay was minimum wage, I don't believe that they would take that on. And
Correct.
all
So
honesty.
you're
So,
making our point in a way. It's how the thing, see, God knows the end. You can't see the end. Why were you supported in college this way? Why did you get that money to support you to become a therapist? It's in order to live your destiny. I was an artist. I was extremely talented. I had a lot to give to the world. But if I didn't have some financial support, I
yes.
couldn't have risen to my destiny. So that money was just part of the plan. It led you to where God would have you be. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna answer your question. I'm giving it my best shot.
Oh,
Anybody
thank you. I
else?
appreciate it. I was really confused. I'm not being obstinate. I
I
wasn't getting it.
understand. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's read some more and see how
Can
things
I
go.
ask a quick
Yeah,
question?
Joan.
Yeah, sentence 7. What is its last illusion to be accepted by
Oh,
everyone? Yeah.
wonderful. I was going to
Yeah.
bring that up too. In sentence 7, but no one here can live with no illusions, for he must yet strive to have the last illusion. What's another name for the last illusion?
Death. Bodies.
The real world,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Got you.
the happy dream,
Okay. Okay.
the the what's it called? It's
Yeah.
okay. All right. The
What you just said.
forgiven world. That's the other name for it. The forgiven world. It
Mm.
is the final dream before what happens, Joan? What
Yeah,
does
take the final step.
Okay, it's the final dream before the awakening, and God takes that final step himself, herself, whatever. So, do you see why we need to we need these illusions? They are the substance to carry out God's plan because he's repurposed the illusions. Now, the things that we made from fear are going to be used in a loving way instead of a fearful way. That's the plan. He's going to take what we made and use what we made, use what we love that were made out of our desire. He's going to use that to solve the problem. He's going to use time to teach you eternity, that there is no time. He's going to
So
go ahead.
I could see where the last illusion is that we're learning it's forgiveness, right? They're using forgiveness to
But
see that
it's
we
a
don't need.
collective forgiveness. Let me read the last of 7. He says, to have he must yet strive to have the last illusion do what?
Okay, accepted by everyone everywhere.
And that's the real world.
Okay.
After which, what happens?
We're back in
Joan,
oneness.
God will take the final step. Why must we have a happy collective dream first before God takes the final step?
Otherwise, we're not all one.
Otherwise, he would have to oppress us or contradict us. But look what happened. Now we're dreaming, what we're dreaming is a dream of the truth. That is Heaven's Gate, is a dream that's the same as the truth. Now there's no conflict, there's no fright in the awakening, there's no resistance to awakening because it's the same thing that we're dreaming. It starts as a dream of being awakened and it melts into being awakened. That is a very gentle awakening.
So where does this fit in, the last illusion fit in with some, I think it's in the manual, I'm not sure. The last illusion to be overcome is death, the belief in death.
It will be part of the last illusion. The last illusion is the forgiveness of all illusions. I am not separate. Once we collectively accept that and start acting like that is true, death will be part of what we forgave.
Okay.
Enemies will no longer be in our vocabulary. Our swords will be beaten into plowshares. Our armies will be turned into servants. Our policemen, what do you need them for? They'll get a different occupation. If you were servicing payphones, what happened? Where's your job now? You would adjust because that has no function in our society. Weapons have no function in our society, would they? What would you do with a gun? Shoot yourself if all is one? You see how it would work? It would encompass everything, including the belief in death.
Well, I guess as you're explaining it, I'm understanding, thank you. The belief in death is the belief in separation. So there's no more belief in separation.
And it would wipe
So,
away all one problem, one solution. Ron, help me segue and move on.
Okay.
You okay,
Paragraph
D? That was all right, D, before
thank
we
you.
do? Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank you.
Ron, we're on
paragraph
paragraph 2.
2. Yes.
Oh, excuse me one more time, Ron. Joan, are we okay on number 7? Was that helpful?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Only an unhealed healer would try to heal for money, and he will not succeed to the extent to which he values it, nor will he find his healing in the process. There will be those of whom the Holy Spirit asks some payment for his purpose. There will be those for whom he does not ask. It should not be the therapist who makes these decisions. there is a difference between payment and cost. To give money where God's plan allots it has no cost. To withhold it from where it rightfully belongs has enormous cost. The therapist who would do this loses the name of the healer, for he could never understand what healing is. He cannot give it, and so he does not have it.
Okay. Could you do one more? I think we can bear that. Paragraph 3.
Yes. The therapists of this world are indeed useless to the world's salvation. They make demands, and so they cannot give. Patients can pay only for the exchange of illusions. This, indeed, must demand payment, and the cost is great. A bought relationship cannot offer the only gift whereby all healing is accomplished. Forgiveness, the Holy Spirit's only dream, must have no cost, for if it does, it merely crucifies God's Son again.
Hmm.
Can this be how he is forgiven? Can this be how the dream of sin will end?
Probably not. What are your comments on 2 and 3? Okay. Does that mean everything's copacetic or anything like really fuzzy?
I think it's pretty clear what he's saying about the difference between the cost and the value.
You know, it's transactional relationships don't do the don't do the job um, that we're really trying to do here, true healing. Let's continue. D, please.
The right to live is something no one need fight for. It is promised him and guaranteed by God.
Hmm.
Therefore, it is a right the therapist and patient share alike. If their relationship is to be holy, whatever one needs is given by the other. Where whatever one lacks, the other supplies. Herein is the relationship made holy, for herein both are healed. The therapist repays the patient in gratitude, as does the patient repay him. There is no cost to either, but thanks are due to both, for the release from long imprisonment and doubt. Who could not be grateful for such a gift? Yet who could possibly imagine that it could be bought?
This certain isn't what I thought a therapist-patient relationship looked like in this busy world. Is it, yeah, that's amazing if you can have a therapist work with you like that. Like if you go see a psychotherapist and they approach you the way the course is talking about. My daughter's a psychotherapist, and I don't know, from my discussions with her, I don't get the feeling these are discussed in her practice or in her training and education. Maybe insights that you pick up along the way about what works or what works better. Or maybe you just have a compassionate heart and you're not as having that business relationship mentality as some other therapists have. Maybe you're very compassionate and use that as part of your therapy. But these are, yeah, was there a comment there?
Well, I think to think that all therapists go into it and sure they want to make money, but you can want to be compensated, but that's not the main focus of your practice. The main focus of your practice is the relationship between you and your patient. And then that you have to decide, is it a give and take, or is it, oh, I'm going to go in and fix everything? It's the
Yeah,
approach of the therapist, and that's what they're saying. They're explaining what the approach of the therapist needs to be in order to be one-on-one, in order to help you both grow towards the last illusion.
okay. And it's certainly a bit atypical from what we usually think of as some sort of business practice.
Right. And let's face it, we're in an atypical world. We're not the average person. You know,
When you say
those that,
we, who are you speaking
I'm
of?
saying those that study the course.
Yeah,
It's not the average person. So psychotherapy isn't anything different than those that study the course. This is a unique group, and
yeah, I see what you
what
mean.
they're talking here is about the group that has advanced, the group that has you know on
Yeah,
their journey is doing it with the purpose of what source has created.
there's a book by a psychiatrist or psychotherapist called The Road Less Traveled. And I was surprised. It was a very spiritual book written by a psychiatrist, a
M.
psychotherapist.
Scott Peck.
What's that?
M. Scott Peck.
Yeah, yeah. And the surprising thing was it was a spiritual book from a practicing psychiatrist. So, yeah, that's who you reminded me of in your discussion, Kathleen. The other one, the prime example is I can never say the word with the Hawaiian spirituality.
Ho'oponopono. That's
And
what.
the
Yeah,
example
Dr.
there
Seuss.
of the doctor in the mental facility and his
Mhm,
approach. So,
mhm.
yeah, there are some examples of therapists that seem to practice more at this level. Thanks for jogging my memory on a lot of these things. Comments from anyone else?
That's how metapsychiatry got started. Dr. Hara, psychotherapist, traditional psychotherapist,
Yeah.
saw that his patients weren't healing, and he started wondering why.
So
And
there's
he
a,
wound up researching world religions and found what was missing in therapy was God. And so meta psychiatry means beyond psychiatry. He put God back into the picture, and his patients healed, not just were really healed.
all right. So add this doctor to the list also.
Hmm.
So, yeah, we've got several examples of psychiatry being practiced at this level.
And
Uh,
also,
yeah,
I think also we have to go back to the word perception. So when you're looking at this and you're reading this, you're reading it through your perception of what a psychotherapist is or is not. And
yeah,
this is what they're doing here is they're breaking down what our perception is and letting us know what what is the best way to be.
yes. A change in perception, huh?
Hmm.
Well, it's certainly doing that for me. Uh, Kathleen, it's your read.
Are we on
Are
six?
we at
5.
Five or six?
five?
Five?
5,
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
It has well been said that to him who hath shall be given. Because he has, he can give, and because he gives, he shall be given. This is the law of God, not of the world. So it is with the God's healers. They will give because they have heard his word and understood it, and that they need will, and
All.
that they need, all that they need will thus be given them. But they will lose this understanding unless they remember that all they have comes only from God. If they believe they need anything from a brother, they will recognize him as a brother no longer. And if they do this, a light goes out
Hmm.
even in heaven. Where God's Son turns against himself, he can look only upon darkness. He has himself denied the light and cannot see.
Okay. Why don't you do 6, okay?
Sure, one rule should always be observed. No one should be turned away because he cannot pay. No one is sent by accident to anyone. Relationships are always purposeful. Whatever their purpose may have been before the Holy Spirit entered them, they are always his potential temple, the resting place of Christ and home of God himself. Whoever comes has been sent. Perhaps he was sent to give his brother the money he needed. Both will be blessed thereby. Perhaps he was sent to teach the therapist how much he needs forgiveness and how valueless is money in comparison. Again, will both be blessed. Only in terms of cost could one have more. In sharing, everyone must gain a blessing without cost.
All right. Let me stop there because this is one of the more outstanding paragraphs to me
Mhm.
of all of this. Uh, Relationships are always purposeful. Whatever do y'all see what I'm reading at?
No, where are you?
I'm
Oh, I
at
see. Okay, in
sentence
paragraph 6.
3. No, sentence 3. You see it?
Yeah.
Relationships are always purposeful. Whatever their purpose may have been before the Holy Spirit entered them, they are always his potential temple. What does that mean to you? The Holy Spirit is always taking what you made and repurposing it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Whatever these relationships were before the Holy Spirit entered them are changed in their purpose. When the Holy Do you see the Holy Spirit is taking your level 2 activities and relationships, which you made in support of separation, and turning them into opportunities? Their purpose
Exactly.
now is union. He's turning your lemons into
Into lemonade.
lemonade. Something that perpetuated the dream has now been turned into something that perpetuates awakening. Amazing.
So we're
Mhm.
going from special relationships in a therapist-patient relationship to holy relationship.
Another example. These are all metaphors for what
So
I
one,
told you on the first page, right?
Mhm.
I'm just telling you the same principles over and over in all different ways. So pretty soon the light will go on, and the word Jesus uses for that is generalize. Oh, these are all different forms of the same thing, the same teaching. The forgiveness of illusions. I'm blown away by that, but again, what else did you see, if anything, in paragraph 6 or 5 for that matter?
I liked sentence 8 in paragraph 6. Perhaps he was sent to teach the therapist how much he needs forgiveness.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
it's a give and take.
meeting
Give and take.
everybody's. It's all part of God's plan. I know you had a different purpose for your relationships. Like, the special one where you go and take half of someone else to be your better half. Stuff like that the world has taught us. So you'll go to that person, but now the purpose of the relationship. Lesson 2, I have given everything. What is it? All the
All the
meaning that
meaning it
It
has for
has.
me.
okay. Meaning is purpose. Meaning is not the activity. It's not what you do. It's why you're doing it that matters. Okay. I thought a very important paragraph for, different points. Thank you, Dee. Anything else, dear?
So I have a funny story around this. It's talking about holy relationships in paragraph 4 too, also. If their relationship is to be holy, whatever one needs is given by the other. And this paragraph is talking about a holy relationship. Whatever their purpose may have been before the Holy Spirit entered them, they are always his potential temple.
Yep.
The resting place of Christ and home of God himself. So a number of years ago, there was a program through the Circle of Atonement to sign up for one-on-one mentoring from a practitioner. And you had to fill out a form and a questionnaire and essays and all kinds of things why you wanted to participate in this. And so I did it, and I gained a spot because there were limited spots. And before I could start up with the program, with this one-on-one mentoring, I had to sign the last step, and I didn't know this was coming down the pike. The last step to make it a go was I had to sign a contract saying I'd be in this one-on-one relationship would be a holy relationship. And I had to sign a contract for that, and to be in agreement. I had no clue what that meant at the time. I truly didn't. I didn't know, but it was like I'll be damned if I blow this now at this step. So I signed
So,
it
yeah, yeah.
after applying for this, position, and so I signed it. And today it has meaning to me, but it did not back then, and I wasn't going to
Yeah.
question it.
See, we don't see the end. Again, I'm thinking about the song from the duet that was at church on Sunday, and it said, everything's gonna be all right in the end. If things aren't all right, it's not the end. See, we can't see the end like the omniscient one. So yeah, you'll find if you look back on your life, don't you see that a lot of it was happy coincidences? As Bob Ross would say, happy coincidences. All right. Thank you, Dee. That was a great story.
I grew into it.
Yeah. And so similarly here again in the idiom of the psychotherapist, the therapist-patient relationship, and even the lives of that therapist and that patient were not their own. They met who they were supposed to meet, and the things happened that were supposed to happen. They had a choice. It was going to be a reward or a lesson. The more lessons you learn, the more you get rewards. And the fewer lessons you still have to learn. The lessons you refuse to learn will be lovingly given you again to repeat. That's fair, isn't it? How can you lose from that? It's a win-win, right?
Mhm.
Right.
All right. Hilda, you with us?
Absolutely.
All right. You feeling good about what we're saying here?
Yeah,
All right.
I
We
kind of look
want
at it
to,
that way. I mean, to me, it's
You
very
kind of walk.
it's interesting, and I kind of when we're talking about the payment, I mean, it's you can interpret this any old way you want to. The reality still remains that it all comes from God, and so
Exactly.
your training, your whatever it is, your capability even to learn the skills does come from God. So, and if we're talking about the remuneration that somebody gets, I mean
yes.
that comes from God. So I mean
Shakespeare
it's a non-starter.
Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage and all the men and women merely actors.
That's
But I
right.
don't think Shakespeare went on to talk much about what is the play about? What is the point of the play? Who wrote the script? How is the play being carried out? Who's directing the play? And you might be surprised that all of this is simply part of God's plan of salvation. It has many roads to the same place because he meets you where you are as a separate one. You think you're separate. So let's start with your unique, separate, illusory self. And my job is to get you from this illusory mistake to awaken. Isn't that what you keep asking me for?
And for me, when I chose this therapist, I was given a lot of different recommendations and they didn't fit. And I couldn't find one that fit. And then I said, you know what? I'm just going to Google it. I'm just going to go in. And I think I wrote psychotherapist. And what popped up was, and the name of his group is Spirit Psychology. And when that popped up, I said, "Oh, that's a
That
message."
feels like a match right there, right?
I know. And then when I called and I heard his voice, I went, "Oh yeah, this is it."
All
So
right.
it just proves what you're saying. When
No,
Spirit God wants you to take a certain path, it's going to happen there.
no. And that contract that Dee signed, And she didn't know just what it meant, but she signed it. All right. We got a couple more paragraphs here. So I'm the next reader. Um, Paragraph 7. This view of payment may well seem impractical, and in the eyes of the world it would be so. Yet not one worldly thought is really practical. How much is gained by striving for illusions? How much is lost by throwing God away? And is it possible to do so? Surely it is impractical to strive for nothing and to attempt to do what is impossible. Then stop a while, long enough to think of this. You have perhaps been seeking for salvation without recognizing where to look. Whoever asks your help, whoever asks your help can show you where. Did I read that right?
Yes.
Can
You
show
have,
you where to look. Yeah.
okay. Look for what?
True salvation.
All right. What greater gift than this could you be given? What greater gift is there that you would receive? Physician, healer, therapist, teacher, heal thyself. Many will come to you carrying the gift of healing if you so elect. The Holy Spirit never refuses an invitation to enter and abide with you. He will give you endless opportunities to open the door to your salvation, for such is his function. He will also tell you exactly what your function is in every circumstances and at all times. Whoever he sends you will reach you, holding out his hand to his friend. Let the Christ in you bid him welcome, for that same Christ, for that same Christ is in him as well. Deny him entrance, and you have denied the Christ in you. Remember the sorrowful story of the world and the glad tidings of salvation. Remember the plan of God for the restoration of joy and peace. And do not forget how very simple are the ways of God. You were lost in the darkness of the world until you asked for light. And then God sent his son to give it to you.
Mm.
What a writer.
Oh, yeah.
Big ending.
Mhm.
It's not there are things going on behind appearances. It's called teaching for the hard-headed. When I'm trying to show you the truth, but I can't teach you the truth directly because of your belief systems. So I will teach it to you through your belief systems. Brilliant, right? How else do you get through to crazy people? Because if I came at you directly, you just say I'm crazy and run away. So I got to be sneakier than that for your good. but that's what love would do. Comments? Okay. Does this impact how you live your life? If so, in what way?
Well, it does impact how I live my life in the way that we're all teachers of God when we're aware of that. And so we're always teaching. And it's a question of, am I teaching from the ego or from the Holy Spirit? Like we're asking therapists to do, but we have the same assignment with everyone we meet.
That's all that's going on here. I'm caught up in God's plan of salvation. That is my only purpose. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to, oh God, represent him who sent me. I don't think for Jim. I think with the capital S. Would it change your thinking as well when you understand this? Well,
Well, to
I'm
live in this,
independent. No, you're not. That's how you got it. How's that working for you? Right, D?
Mhm.
You need more power than that. And that's your ego. Okay, that's okay. So I got to go back underground a little bit again, right? I hope you enjoyed that study of psychotherapy and found it worthwhile. Let's take a quick break and
Before we
then,
take a break, can I share a book with you? So you brought up the author, the therapist, M. Scott Peck,
yeah,
and probably we're all familiar with his famous book, The Road Less Traveled. He has a less known book called In Heaven as on Earth, and it's phenomenal. It's a
uh,
vision of the afterlife. It's really outstanding.
it's in heaven and on earth.
No, in heaven as on earth.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look at that, D. Thank you.
It's really good.
I'll take a look. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
All right. Anything else? I just brought a little piece of music to kind of relax a minute and unwind. This is some heady stuff. So, again, thank you for accepting the challenge. Uh, let's talk about it on the other side and just put something on here for, I don't know, 5, 6 minutes, something good. I could use it. Okay. Thank
was
you, God.
lovely.
I'm glad you like that and that it's fitting respite to give us a chance to recharge and to be able to greatly start the next gift called the Song of Prayer. And to me, prayer is one of those words like salvation that I've heard about all my life, but never asked for a definitive definition of prayer, what its purpose is, how it works, does it work at all, and what are the results and benefits of prayer. So I think Jesus speaks to that issue in this supplement called The Song of Prayer. And in your books, why don't you, do you see the table of contents for the Song of Prayer? Uh, it's in 3 parts. Is everyone there? Okay. Just before page 1, maybe obviously. But it's in 3 sections. The first is called prayer. Second is forgiveness. And the third part is called healing. So it's called the Song of Prayer, but it's about more than just prayer. It speaks also of forgiveness and healing, with the implication being there's some relationship between these 3. And that's why these themes were selected to go together some kind of way. So that's kind of the big picture. And I hope to finish this study mid-August, late August, and thereby being ready to start our Course in Miracles over maybe the first week of September, optimistically. So a lot to cover, but I think it'll be valuable again. Our first reader is Sherilyn White, and so we're on page 1 with the introduction to the section called Prayer. The introduction.
Okay. Prayer is the greatest gift with which God blessed his Son at his creation. It was then what it is to become. The single voice creator and creation share. The song the Son sings, the Son sings to the Father, who returns the thanks it offers him unto the Son. Endless the harmless harmony, and endless too the joyous concord of the love they give forever to each other.
Mm.
And in this, creation is extended. God gives thanks to his extension in his Son. His Son gives thanks for his creation in the song of his creating in his Father's name. The love they share is what all prayer will be throughout eternity when time is done, for such it was before time seemed to be.
So
To
maybe
you who are
just let's make sure there are no comments so far. All right, go ahead, Sherilyn. Sorry for the
okay.
interruption.
To you who are in time a little while, prayer takes the form that will suit your need. You have but one. What God created one must recognize its oneness and rejoice that what illusions seem to separate is one forever in the mind of God. Prayer now must be the means by which God's Son leaves separate goals and separate interests by, and turns in holy gladness to the truth of union in his Father and himself.
Well, you may as well finish, right, partner?
Sure. Lay down your dreams, you holy Son of God, and rising up as God created you, dispense with idols and remember him. Prayer will sustain you now and bless you as you lift your heart to him in rising song that reaches higher and then higher still until both high and low have disappeared. Faith in your goal will grow and hold you up as you ascend the shining stairway to the laws of heaven and the gate of peace. For this is prayer, and here salvation is. This is the way. It is God's gift to you. That was
Okay.
difficult reading.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know, just the way the words and the phrases came out. It was hard to follow a little bit.
Well, how about somebody that didn't read it? Was Did it make any sense to you? Could you help Sherilyn? Sherilyn, what are some of your questions? Do you have
Oh,
any?
it's not that it didn't make sense. It's just that I was trying to read it in a flow, and it just caught me unaware at times
Yeah,
with the phrasing.
uh, understandably, I run into that too. So I understand that. What's he getting us prepared for here? Where does he seem to be?
I guess
What's
it's
Go ahead.
preparing us for what the next um, title is, True Prayer versus um,
Prayer in
prayer
general.
versus prayer of petitioning.
Okay, yeah, that's probably gonna be one part of it at least. Uh, why does it have to be a song?
Mhm.
Why isn't it just talking, having a conversation?
I think we have to incur the idea of vibration and of sound that goes
Yeah,
uh, because I think the whole, I mean, when you're thinking about the universe, everything is vibrating, everything, it's a tone. I
yeah.
don't know how else to
Mm,
describe it,
What
but
does universe mean?
it's everything and anything. It's
yeah,
God.
Where is universe?
Well, just the definition, nothing to do with this person. It's
Oh,
not in
oh, the
this
verse,
writing.
universe.
But just what does universe mean? You know a definition of
the
universe?
all, the everything.
The
Well,
one,
that's the one part. What's the verse part? Where do you hear verses?
well, you
In
could talk
song,
Yeah, in songs.
sounds.
There's that one song, Universe. One song, all in one accord, everything flowing and vibrating in complementary ways, like a big, wonderful, continuous symphony orchestra that just constantly is getting better and better and more creative and more aesthetically beautiful. Unimaginable beauty and sound. That's more than just talking back and forth, isn't it? It carries more meaning. So to me, that's why we're talking about this continual song that we sing to the Father in gratitude. Lesson 195, love is the way I walk in gratitude. And the Father's acknowledgement of that and reciprocation. So the whole relationship becomes a win-win, right? It's like, what's some
Mhm.
other win-wins? Giving and receiving are the same, right?
Right.
We just go from glory to glory. Have you ever heard that in church? Well, I used to. That's very biblical for, traditional Baptist and that glory to glory. It's unimaginable. You might hear it called samadhi in uh, Hindu language. Uh, it's this state of bliss. Kathleen?
I was going to, in often terms, it referred to as the primordial note that carries throughout the whole universe. It's that it's a lot of, I can't remember if you, about how you listen to some classical music and
I
you can
think
hear
you're
primordial
waking
note that
up
goes through
again. Is there something going? Is it just
it.
me? Are you,
No, she's choppy.
you know, yeah,
Yes, yeah.
There's not a
And sometimes
song that's low there.
go ahead, try it again, dear. We'll see.
sometimes it's referred to as the primordial note that is the one that vibrates out the whole universe. And that's and that's what the Song of Fire is. It's a prayer that will that vibrates through everyone.
Kathleen, I'm sorry
And it's
that's not working. We're gonna miss your
you still not
comment
get
here. So
okay.
I apologize. I don't know quite what to do, but it's ineffable joy. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, what resonates with me is in paragraph 3. Well, I guess starting the first sentence, lay down your dreams, you holy Son of God, and rising up as God created you, dispense with idols and remember Him. Prayer will sustain you now and bless you as you lift your heart to Him in rising song that reaches higher and then higher still until both high and low have disappeared. No more polarities, no more opposites, no more duality.
Yeah, we'll be rising above the effects of the Hermetic laws for those that are here with me on Monday, you see.
All the same.
So doesn't it sound like a beautiful experience? And plus, it goes on for how long?
Forever.
Eternally.
Starts with an E.
Forever.
Eternity.
Eternally.
Okay, you say, I can't stand it. I can't stand being that happy forever. That's insane. That's your ego speaking. Even as we speak, it's speaking to you. Oh man, that'd be uncomfortable to be always ecstatic, to be always blissed out. That is certainly a different world, isn't it?
One worth
But,
trying.
I agree.
but the thing about it is, it's not new. It's the original. what we have to do is remember, not look for something new, just remove the blocks and we'll find that was always the way things were supposed to be. If God is love and God is all, what is everything?
God.
Starts with what God is.
Eternal.
Eternally. So that's a shock to our system, even once again, but we've certainly heard about this before as course students. Let's continue just another paragraph or two and we'll start wrapping up. Ron, you want to do Roman 1, true prayer? Maybe a couple of paragraphs there,
Sure.
and we'll start closing this evening.
I
Prayer.
wanted to say that I Googled how many times the word song is used in the Course in Miracles. And they're now this is the CE edition, but it it doesn't much matter. 39 times.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's not the first time they're using song.
yeah. And you'll remember, you'll hear that word song used, and maybe you thought it was unnecessary. But a song has a quality about it that mere words do not have, you see? All right. Um, at any rate, go ahead, Ron.
Okay. True prayer. Prayer is a way of offering. Prayer is a way offered by the Holy Spirit to reach God. It is not merely a question or an entreaty. It cannot succeed you. It cannot succeed until you realize that it asks for nothing. How else could it serve its purpose? It is impossible to pray for idols and hope to reach God. True prayer must avoid the pitfall of asking to entreat. Ask rather to receive what is already given, to accept what is already there.
So let me ask, because entreat, what does entreat mean?
To beg.
Okay, to
That's the
beg,
way I
to
look at it.
request.
Yes. Please, Lord,
Okay,
give me.
okay. Yeah, please get me out of this situation and I'll do something nice for once in my life or something,
I'll
something
never do it
crazy.
again.
All right, so we're good on that. Anything else in paragraph 1 from you? Go ahead now, Ron, if you would.
Yep. You have been told to ask the Holy Spirit for the answer to any specific problem, and that you will receive a specific answer if such is your need. You have also been told that there is only one problem and one answer. In prayer, this is not contradictory. There are decisions to make here, and they must be made, whether they be illusions or not. You cannot be asked to accept answers which are beyond the level of need that you can recognize. Therefore, it is not the form of the question that matters, nor how it is asked. The form of the answer, if given by God, will suit your need as you see it. This is merely an echo of the reply of his voice. The real sound is always a song of thanksgiving and of love.
Okay. Kathleen, I'm so sorry you're having problems tonight.
Yeah, I'm going. It's just, it must be the connection.
Yeah.
Good now.
Well, I appreciate your diligence and coming back in. We are on, well, really, we just read the first two paragraphs of True Prayer, and we discussed paragraph one about entreaty being praying to beg for things. And I know I'm a filthy, miserable sinner, but could you give me something that I don't have already? Because you know I don't have much at any rate. What about paragraph two? That's where we left off. So, any comments from you? How are you feeling about where we're going so far?
So good.
I like where it says, therefore, it is not the form of the question that matters, nor how it is asked. The
Well,
form of
what
the,
is, go ahead,
no,
please.
no, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask if it says, therefore, it is not the form of the question, what is it that matters?
The question, maybe.
The content of the question.
What'd you say, Hildegard?
It's the content.
Okay.
It's and
So,
it's
so
it's
go ahead.
probably something that you can't even put words into because you're uh, not dealing with well, you are dealing with God, so therefore the language that you use is might be different, and you may not use and don't even want to use the words. It's I would say a feeling, and that's not the right word either. So I don't know what kind of words I would use on that. It
It
is
might be the intent. You know,
right,
the intent can be expressed in many different ways.
Okay.
right.
The heart's desire.
Thank you, Kathleen.
So God sees from a heart point of view. Um, Let me put this out there and we'll stop. Um, Dear God, I need, no, how do I get someone to love me? I'm looking for an intimate relationship. Would you give me a intimate relationship?
Be
Well,
yourself,
will
be
he?
yourself.
Too specific.
Will he give you an intimate relationship?
God will give you what you need, not what you're asking for.
Uh,
Because what you're asking for, as a matter of fact, is really of the
All
ego.
right. So,
So
so maybe God would choose to have you look at your neediness, which is making you unattractive for relationships, for intimate relationships. So maybe he's seeing a problem to be solved that will not only give you the intimate relationships, but will give you a self-esteem that makes you more intimate with yourself instead of your self-loathing for whatever reason. So it's more of the content of the request for healing. And then the methods go all across the whole gamut of ways that the Holy Spirit can employ to achieve goals. It may, in this world, things happen linearly. So it'll be kind of a progression. And for much of it, you may not recognize what is in process until it gets to a certain recognizable level. And you say, Oh, there it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about? But it was being worked out for you the moment you requested it. The thing is, God won't give you what you don't need, whether you want it or not. It's not about what you want because you don't know what you want because the ego has hijacked your will. So you become an unreliable chooser. So why would I answer that? It'll make you more unreliable. Instead, I'm going to give you something that really helps. You see what I mean? Good place to start wrapping up, don't you think?
Yes.
Even with the break, y'all got that look on your face again. So so we don't want to overdo it. But what a beautiful teaching we've got coming up. So I hope you're excited about continuing it like me. Any final questions or comments, or we do okay tonight, or yeah. All right. Keep coming back. Absolutely. Keep each other in prayer. Prayer as you know it, and just think of how powerful we're going to be as we learn more about this phenomenon or this truth. Hilda, please close us out tonight.
Okay. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. Power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. I am the light of God.
I am the light of
I
God.
am the light of God.
I am the love of God.
I am the
I
love
am
of
the love
God.
of God.
I am the power of God.
I am
I
the
am
power
The
of
power
God.
of God.
I am the presence of God.
I am the
I am the
presence of
presence of
God.
God.
Therefore,
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 wherever I am,
wherever I
wherever
am,
I am,
God is,
God is,
God is,
and all is well.
and all
and
is
all is
well.
well.
There is nothing to fear.
There is
There is
nothing to
nothing to
fear.
fear.
There is only love.
There's
There
only
is only
love.
love.
Namaste.
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 Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Good night,
You
everyone.
too.
everyone.
Thank you.
Have a
Take
blessed
care,
week,
y'all.
everybody.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you, sir.
I
Bye
love
bye.
you all.
Thank you.